Cheryl Angelelli glides effortlessly through a pool, but that athletic ease belies a tragic episode that changed her life.
I had a spinal cord injury when I was 14 years old. I was a competitive swimmer, and our coach had us doing a new racing dive, and he tied a rope in front of the starting blocks, and when I jumped over the rope, I didn't clear it, and I came down and I hit my head at the bottom of the pool and broke my neck.
At that moment, Cheryl Angelelli's dreams of becoming an Olympian were gone forever.
And I just remember laying on the side of the pool and waiting for the ambulance to get there, and no one had to tell me. I just knew that I was paralyzed.
From that day forward, Cheryl was a quadriplegic. But the accident had taken more than a physical toll. There was an emotional cost as well.
It was a very difficult adjustment. I went from being an athlete who basically had a very healthy body that could do anything to almost feeling like I was trapped in a wheelchair, that my body wasn't able to do all the things that I was able to do before.
Cheryl now faced an uncertain future and the need to go through an emotional healing process.
I always tell people it's kind of like going through the process of dealing with a death. When I had my spinal cord injury, you go through the different stages of anger, denial, bitterness, and then finally to acceptance.
Acceptance helped Cheryl move forward with her life. She worked as a freelance journalist and was assigned to cover the 1996 Paralympic Games in Atlanta. There, acceptance became an awakening.
It really just opened my eyes to this whole world of opportunity that existed for elite athletes with disabilities. And by the time I left, I made a goal that when the next Paralympic Games came around, I was going to be on that team.
Cheryl embarked on a tough training regime that included weight training to improve her very limited arm strength. She was in the pool 3 or 4 times a week, learning, as she put it, to swim in a completely different body. By the time the 2000 Paralympics rolled around, Cheryl was one of the top 5 disabled swimmers in the world, and she made the Paralympic team.
I could have not gotten through this accident without the support and love of my family. And then in the next phase of my life, in my athletics, my family's also been a constant source of support, as well as my husband, who I met through Paralympic swimming. In 2000, when I competed on my first Paralympic team.
Cheryl and Sean are partners in life and in the pool. Sean, a swim coach at Oakland University, also coaches Cheryl.
The easiest part of it is how competitive she is. And you play a game of Scrabble whether you better bring a helmet, because that's the way she is.
And that competitive spirit has prevailed. Cheryl holds 15 American records, 3 world records, and is a 7-time world champion.
Having the opportunity to coach her from 2001 to today and watch the progression and see the things that she's been able to do as she gets older. All athletes get older, but she just keeps getting better.
In addition to her many medals, Cheryl has won the admiration of younger competitors. Casey Lynn Johnson was a teammate of Cheryl's on the bronze-winning relay team at the 2004 Paralympics.
I guess she's an inspiration, knowing how she got her disability and her braveness to get back in the water. I don't know if I could do that.
I'll never forget at one meet when I won a medal and I gave it to another swimmer. We were at just a local meet, and it meant the world to this little girl. And she, since then, had made a Paralympic team 4 years later, and she told me that the reason that she was on the Paralympic team is because I gave her that medal and encouraged her to keep swimming and to keep reaching her goals. That was an amazing moment. As much as I love winning medals and winning awards, you can't put a price tag on that.
In the year 2000, Cheryl Angelelli was enshrined as a member of the Michigan Athletes with Disabilities Hall of Fame. Her courage and her determination in the face of daunting physical challenges continue to provide inspiration to those whose lives she touches. But characteristically, Cheryl sees it differently.
It's always odd to hear when people come up to me and they say, "Oh, you're such an inspiration," because I'm just living my life, and if me just by living my life can motivate somebody else or inspire somebody else, then that's a great thing. But athletics has been a great way to be able to reach a lot of people with my message, so it's something that I definitely embrace. But for me, I'm just Cheryl, and I'm doing my thing and living my life.